Yo, what's up? What's that? You want a barber station tour? Bro, I got you. Let me get on that right now. Alright, see you, bro. Alright guys, so I'm Omari. You know, we're about to get on, we got a challenge on our hands. Best barber station of 2026. You know, I'm a 14-year-old barber. We're out in the patio area. So let's get right into it. Alright, so I know you guys are here for the juice, man. So let's not have all this jibber jabber. Let's go straight to the clippers. So this is my tool chest. This is where I keep everything that I cut with on the daily. So on the top here, I basically have all my clippers, anything I need to have quick access, you know, because you can't be turning around. We'll start off with the clippers and the trimmers. So my main clipper for fading, for everything, knocks down the bulk. Gamma shorties, these are fire, you know, got the 5-click. They're quick, they cut smooth, they fade. They come with the blue gamma guards, so they're pretty sick. These ones are just, honestly, bro, they just snap on like this, let it on, and it's not coming off. Now, I've never had any troubles with these, but you know, these are my hitters. These are just all-rounders. These are the Tomb 45s. They even got the digital dash. They got the 2-speed motor. These are the Tomb 45s. These ones were 450 AUD, so my most expensive clipper, but you know, they're worth it. I just use these every day. They got a 5-hour battery life, so they're insane. And I've had these for a minute. These are the StarCraft Rebel trimmers. So these are my soft trimmers. You always gotta have them hard trimmers and the soft trimmers. So these are the soft trimmers, more for like doing the neck area, kids, you know, that kind of thing. Setting in the bald lines. And then, man, like I love these. These are my Cocos. Best hitters in the game right now. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. These are like, you tap, boom, boom, boom. Line is in. And then I got my Barbers. These are just classics, you know, use these for lineups. You know, these are my clippers. I reckon these are $1.5 grand for all 5 of these. Almost 500. These are 300, 200, 300, and 200. So I reckon about $1.5 grand. All right, so these are my shavers, the Babyliss FX3. You know, they shave down, boom, 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 bald, 100%. And then, you might be surprised by this, but this is a Wise Park 332 comb. So the reason these are how expensive they are, these are around $30 Australian for one comb. The reason they're so expensive is because they got this grip on the back here, and they got such a good material that when you comb through the hair, they just section so easily, and that just takes away time as a barber. So my flat comb, this is what I use to, you know, sculpt the hair. So I come over with my clipper over comb. So I sculpt the hair, create that shape. So I mean, on my guards, these are just the Wall Premium guards. Never had any problems with these. That's the top of my station. We'll move downwards, but we will start with more of the source here. So move down, this is my products, all my products. I've got, you know, this is the Strukt. You know, we always like these Strukt products. They always work. You know, I spray them in 100% best. What I'm messing with at the moment is the clay spray. This is what I call the clay spray. The sea salt spray and the matte clay pre-styler, and then the holes in build the texture. So we got the sea salt spray, curl cream, texture powder, and matte clay. So I got some other clays and some other powders, but essentially this is all I use in my cut. I use them on myself, so you know, we pop out with them. We know using scissors as a barber, it's a hard skill to learn, but it's definitely the best skill to learn, because we got these Matsui scissors. So these are the Josh OP range. So they got a mountain blade. So it just melts through the hair, has that extra little bit of weight to cut through the straight hair. And then we got the thinners to match it. Same range, Josh OP and 4 barbers. These cut around 25% of the hair. So these are really good for fading. And then to get them bald lines, bald shaves, we got the classic razor blade. So this one is the JRL. And the reason these are so innovative is that it's got this magnetic drop top. So you can just pop it on, put the blade on magnetically, and then all you do is just slap this on, and boom, got this razor, and you can shave. And then we got Matsui razor blade. These are the feather razors, so these are for getting that texture in the hair, taking that weight out. If you're not using this as a barber, you know, these are perfect for the fringes because they give you that soft look. So if you're not using them, you're doing something wrong. And then for my clips, I just use some silver clips. These are what I use for sectioning. And if I ever want to clip up something big, I just use these JRL. These are pretty big ones, and they grip pretty strong. All right, moving down, we've got the second drawer, yeah? So this is basically where I keep any spare tools. So I've got all my different scissors. I've got straight scissors, thinners, more straight scissors. You know, always gotta have these backups. And I've got a crap ton of brushes because I always use these brushes on my cuts. So use the comb for cutting longer hair, and the brush is for fading. And then I've got my styling comb. So I've got two different types. So I've got the wide tooth one and the smaller tooth one. So this one I like using for those graduation cuts. and this one is more for the top, for like flows, that kind of thing. And then my spare shaver, this is the Matsui Precision, and man, like this one's sharp. It got so much power, you can feel it. All right, so let's do the third drawer. So the third drawer, pretty simple on this one. We got some oil. This is the Anders Clipper oil, pretty basic. Neck brush, this one's soft as. This is where I come to get my third. Damn! And then we got just some regular neck strips. These are the JRL black ones because I wanted to match my cape, so I wanted some black ones, so I just got the JRL ones. And this is my round brush. So what I use this for is creating some quiff in the hair, and I'll pair that with my blow dryer. And then we got a talc sprayer. This one's level 3. So I basically just come on here and I spray on that talc, and then I brush it on. So what that does is it gets rid of that natural oils that we have on our skin and helps the hair come off the skin. And then for those viral videos, you know, you've seen them 16 guard videos, 12 guard, 10 guard, all those, you know, we have the ultimate 16 guard. So I slap this on here, slap this on the clipper. It looks ridiculous, but it works, and you just mow through the hair because this clipper is a beast. All right, let's move down. All right, so this is, every barber has a drawer where they just dump a bunch of stuff in. It's their mess drawer. So this one is my mess drawer. So in here I've got some stickers, beard oils, extra guards. You know, this is where I keep my enhancement, so I can pop this on. This is basically like the equivalent to like a white pencil. This is by the man, enhanced by definition. Hit him up if you want some enhancement. But yeah, this is not too much in this drawer. Just got some cash as well. Just some extra stuff. We got some clipper spray, shaving oil, extra powder, and then my sharps container. If you're not using this as a barber, you're actually doing something illegal. You got to put all your sharps. And then we got our Strukt. This is what I keep in the station to sell to clients. I got more inside, but this is mainly what I use to sell. Every cut comes with a free complimentary drink. We have a fridge. So in the fridge, we just got a bunch of different soft drinks, you know, water, Coke, anything really. But yeah, I just like to have as many additions to the service as I can. Like I've got the hot towel machine as well. So all I do, this is one's by Karma. So I just put the hot towels in there, heat them up, and then that gives that a nice, warm, relaxing feel on the face. Opens them pores, helps you shave. Now, you gotta have a comfortable chair for your clients, yeah? So I've got a nice chair here. So this chair has a headrest, all right? So you can lay people down with the recliner, yep. The footrest, you can pop it up. You know, it's comfortable, the armrest, you know, and it's a nice black. And then I've got my Barber Pro capes. So the reason these are expensive is because A, the designs are sick. Like, who wouldn't want a bright pink cape, you know? Yeah. They got both the buckle and the clips. But yeah, like you gotta give your clients that service. And then obviously as a barber, you're standing all day. You can't just be, you know, sitting here, you know, cutting all day. Your feet get tired, yeah? So this is why we have the mat. This is one of them compression mats. Helps your feet so they don't hurt after a long days of cutting. But then we got our lights, yeah? So lighting is pretty much everything in barbering content. You know, you could have perfect studio, but if you don't have lighting, you know, it's not gonna be anything. So I got 2 ring lights. These 2 are from Kmart, $80 each. They're banging. Even though it's from Kmart, they're so sick. And then I got my Godox SL60W video light. This is my key light. So this gives me all that soft light. So these are hard light. These ring lights are hard light. So pretty much think of it as the sun. And then this is basically like the clouds. So it diffuses the light and gives you a lot softer. And these have hard shadows and these have soft shadows. And then to pair that with, this is a newer backdrop. So I got the white version. And then on the back, we got the black version. This is what I use to have a nice background in my videos. If you see my videos, you'll see that it basically looks like I'm in a room, but all it is this. So aside from all the main things in the house, we have the table. So this is where I put everything while I cut. Basically, I can put my water, anything like that. My water, I've just got this Duke Screaming spray bottle. Pretty simple. Nothing too much to say about the water sprayer. It's just the spray bottle. Yeah, so like I said before, we got the hot towel machine. It's pretty self-explanatory. On the top, you know, quick plug, we got the Lunar Texture Powder by Strukt. You know, this stuff is crazy. You know, all you do is open it up. This one's empty, but you just shake it in and then boom. Got that instant texture, man. I'm telling you, if you don't got any products, this should be your first product you get, some texture powder. And then on top, we got the air compressor. A lot of people ask me,
what is this? What's this machine, man? Like, what do you do with this?
Well, this is an airbrush. So what I do is I get my enhancement. Again, this is enhanced by definition. And I put a couple drops into the top. And then all you do is you just, or if it's on, it'll regenerate, and then you just spray it out and it sprays that paint on the hair. And then you can also use the stencil and you just spray on the stencil, you can get that nice sharp. And then after that, you pair it with the concealer, the Barber concealer. So you pop that on, put that on the line, it's basically a white pencil. So pretty sick. Moving on, so we have the mirror. This one is also from Kmart. This one's just a nice round curved mirror. So I always use this. This is a crazy mirror because, you know, it looks good, it looks fancy, and it's not even expensive. So moving down, straight under, we have all my colognes. You know, people love these colognes, man. You know, I've got a lot of good feedback from this blue one. So I have, these are by Immortal NYC. So I've got number 1, number 3, number 4, and number 7. So I think the fan favorite has got to be number 7, man. This one smells a lot more tangy. It has that kick to it, but honestly, it's crazy. And then moving over, we got some hairspray. This is the Got to Be Glued. You know, this is very popular. This gives you that instant hold. Obviously call that because it's got blasting freeze hairspray for extreme looks. Screaming hold, number 6 on the scale of 1 to 5. So it's off the charts. And then again, Immortal Infuse. They got some crazy products. This is called a leave-in spray, Dragon's Blood. You can use this for curls. You can use this for frizzy hair. You can use this for shaving. Like, this is what I used to shave on the design too. So I don't even use the gel anymore because it's a bit of a hassle. So I spray this on and I can shave that design and it's crazy. I can use it for so many different things. I even use it, put it on my hands, so it's a hand cream when my hands get dry. So I'll spray it on and then boom. You just rub it in your hands. Always gotta have, like, you gotta be feeling good as a barber, so. And then I got some hairspray. This is the Kevin Murphy. You know, this stuff's crazy because it holds the hair. And then I got some alcohol. So isopropyl alcohol, 100%. I usually use this to clean the airbrush. And then I just got some volumizer. You know, this is basically a sea salt spray. It's pretty good. I don't use it that much though. You know, you gotta have some good tunes while you cut hair. So I got the JBL speaker. I think this is the Flip 7. You know, I've got no problems with it. It's crazy. Pretty small, charges fast, long battery life. Yeah, I just have it sitting here and turn it on for the music. As a barber, you get hair splinters, yes. So I got some level 3 gloves, and these are the lime green ones. So they're pretty crazy because they got that contrast, especially on camera. So that's the reason I chose the green, because they look crazy on camera. I used to have some pink ones. They matched the color of my Strukt. That brand color, you know, people recognize that. Cool personal branding. And then I basically got my DJI pouch for all my mics. So at the moment, I'm using the DJI Mic Mini. So this one's crazy because it doesn't peak. When you scream, it doesn't peak. And when you whisper, it's not like you can't hear them. So it picks up and changes that gain. And then I got my business cards. I've had these for a minute, but basically, Murray Blends Barber Studio, turn it over, QR code located in Cashmere, Queensland, and then my contact details, but hand these out to my clients to hand to other barbers. And then I've just got this towel that I just spray all the leftover enhancement. It's kind of disgusting, but, you know, so after I've done my enhancement, I come and I just spray on the rest of the paint, and then basically just pop that there. But that is mainly all we've got for the barber setup. Last thing I've had this since maybe 6 months, 10 months, but this is the sign. So Murray Blends, ready for that Amari Magic. That's my slogan, as you know. You know, I say that pretty much every one of my videos. You're ready for that Amari Magic, but I might include Strukt by Lightning because that is my slogan for the Strukt, man. So, you know, ready to get Strukt by Lightning or construct your hair. And then obviously I'm on all socials, and then scan to book. You know, that's pretty much it for the video. But we do have some extra things. Oh, what are you doing, cameraman? I'm in the middle of my eating. Let me go. Let me finish the video.
Nope.
So as you walk in, you come through the gates. So then we have another sign. So this one basically just shows that it comes around the corner. So then you walk down the grass area and walk down, and then you have the barber studio. So this is it from a wide angle. Yes, this is the main area. This is where I do my cutting. So the client comes in, you know, sit down.
Hey bro, can I have a low taper fade? And can you not touch the top too? Because I'm a 14-year-old and I want a low taper. Can you do that for me, please?
And then I'm like, for sure, man. I come and fade them up, get my gamma clippers.
Nani?
And I don't know if you guys have seen my videos, but one time, a client came in, yeah, I was fading him, and he frantically sneezes, and it just gives him a bald spot because my clippers jerked up. Man, that was bad because this guy, he's like, let me do a reenaction.
Is that a bald spot? Oh, mate, what are you doing? Just finish the haircut, man.
But I mean, that's pretty much the video. You know, this is the main barber setup. So my guy, he called me up, and then I was like, He's calling again. Hang on, let me pick this up. Yo, what's up, bro? Oh, you think I'm done already? Man, I'm filming it. What do you have to say to the video? Oh, you just want to say to book in a cut with him? Man, I mean, you're 100% right, so let me tell him. You heard the man, you know, he's telling you to book in right now. The link is in my bio. That's, without further ado, get tapped in with the Strukt, man. These will get you right. But, well, this is the best barber station of 2026. You know, I'm a 14-year-old barber. My name is Omari. So yeah, tap in with the products, tap in with a haircut if you're in Brisbane. Man, look, my chair is open. I got you, it's waiting for you. You know, it's literally asking, it's got your name written backwards on the chair right now. But yeah, man, that's the video. So like, subscribe, press all the buttons here, treat this video right. So without further ado, peace out.